One,
Alright,
you should be live. We're
alright, live. Let me get this live, share live, and hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of Word on the Ave. How y'all been doing? How's everybody been doing? I'm Corey Gilmore. Randy, Lauren, you want to talk to the people? Introduce yourselves or reintroduce yourselves.
what's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? It's your boy Randy, aka your ignorant, eclectic, mad genius in the building, man. Lauren, what you got for us?
What's up, y'all? What's up, world? I'm just me. I don't got no cool nicknames, man. Y'all know I'm in the building, man. Shoot, I didn't wear my kente cloth tonight, so y'all have to excuse me.
Okay. Let me hold on.
Oh yeah. Also, before we get into the show, I just want to let everybody know that was it in the middle. I've not selected a date just yet, but in the middle of July is when you'll hear more information about the three pyramids. I mean, you'll probably see me post some stuff about the new shirts and the new designs that I've been working on, but you'll get full detail probably hopefully in the middle of July. Hopefully in the middle of July. Also, from our audio people, I have an update for you guys within the next 48 24 to 48 hours. And that'll be regarding SoundCloud and some stuff I'm dealing with on that end. But that'll be a completely separate show. It'll just be a mental health update and just yeah, give you guys an update on everything that's been going on. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I gotta say and get out.
Anything else? Anything else? Keep going while I'm entering some shit in. Got anything else?
Nah, man. Honestly, I okay, I do got a couple things. I just want to thank everybody for showing support of the new designs, man. Everybody's messing with it. Everybody's talking about the shorts and stuff like that. So I do appreciate that. Be honest with you, I just did the shorts for myself because I didn't know how it was gonna look, and I wanted to see how it would look for other people. But yeah, so that just gives me a direction I should go for season two and the rest of season one for shorts and a couple other things I have in mind. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Uh
Okay.
yeah, which I got, man. You got anything?
Nah, man. But got something, man. We're gonna get into we're gonna do what we do, man, and get into these people's asses, man. Get into America's asses, man. Try to save what we can right now, man. So y'all see the title. Y'all see the title. Oregon County. What is this? The Lincoln County in Oregon makes a mask mandate, but they made an update today, and I've got different information about it. I've got the actual ordinance, the actual letter or whatnot. They say,
You got receipts.
yep, I keep receipts. They have the act. They say that people of color, quote unquote, are exempt from their mandatory mask order. They say it's been allegedly been a uptick of coronavirus um, victims or whatnot. Um, did y'all hear what Trump said?
Uh,
What is it today? Y'all see if y'all see it, look on. I don't think I posted on Word on App. I posted some other stuff. Trump was saying some crazy shit about the flag, but man, that had to be the dumbest statement, man. That was about as I think he overjumped Biden as far as the you ain't black, man. That was pretty stupid. That people who died before, people who died who've never died before, that was a pretty dumb one. But this one took the cake. I we were just having a little fun before we get into the story. This fool said that he wants to slow down the testing He wants to slow down the testing to keep the numbers down. He says the numbers are only up because we're doing so much testing. So he recommends less testing to keep the numbers down. Then he doubled down. He doubled down on it when the media gave him a chance to reiterate his stance. So man, this fool, like most of those nutcases in Washington, whether left or right or whatever, this fool's out of his goddamn mind. But like I said, he's a nut job, just like the rest of those idiots there, Pelosi and all those other little fuck jobs, Obama, all of them. So, but let's get into it, man. This is interesting. So, man, this comes from CBS News, title People of Color Are Exempt from Oregon County's Mandatory Mask Order. An Oregon County, which is Lincoln County, I guess they'll put it in here, so, has decided to make people of color exempt from its mandatory mask policy, citing the potential for racial profiling, citing the potential for racial profiling. The decision comes as multiple counties in Oregon have ramped up face covering requirements to slow the spread of coronavirus. Before I keep going, y'all know how I feel. I want y'all people to quit being fucking robots, man, and think for yourself. Like I said, y'all already know. If y'all don't know how I feel about the whole mandates on face coverings, watch the old shows and different shit like that. Yeah, you got to protect individual rights, but I give an exact reason and a extremely valid reason with receipts on why you should push back on different laws like that. But if a business, it should be up to the business owner. It should be up to the business owner to make that requirement to come in their store, not the state. You know what I'm saying? That's a violation of personal property. Once again, now if there wants to be like, some type of order or something, something that you put from the health department to where they post on the door and different things in between there, you know what I'm saying, to let the people know before they even come in, that's one thing. But shutting down a business, and then they down here in Texas, they're threatening to do $500 fines or whatnot. But yeah, these motherfuckers are just going with it, man. They putting it. It's a county-wide thing. You seeing it all across America instead of making it individual to your business. If you do what the hell you want to do, but don't be stupid on the other end. Because I saw, if you're I'm a wrestling fan, and you saw dude up in wrestling talking about you're not a he's banning people from using face mask in his facility. It says you're not a fan of wrestling if you use a face mask. So that's pretty foolish. That's pretty stupid. But like I said, it's their facility. They should have the right to make any type of rule they want because it's private property, no matter how fucking stupid, ridiculous that is. That's pretty ridiculous. But okay, let's keep getting
into $500 fines.
$500 fine down here. Yep.
Jesus. For not wearing a mask.
For not wearing a mask, for going inside of a business and not wearing a mask. So and that's on the business. If the business decides that they don't want their customers to wear a mask, they'll fine the business owner $500. Wow. Yeah, that's where we're going. And a lot of these, like I said, these followers, they're gonna say, well, gotta slow the spread, so good for them. They're gonna go along with it. That's just that's just where we're at now. So Lincoln County's general directive requires everyone to wear a face covering in any indoor public setting or any outdoor setting where 6 feet of social distancing can't be maintained. But the county wrote on its website, here we go, people of color who have heightened concerns about racial profiling and harassment due to wearing face covering in public are exempt from the rule. Other exemptions include children under the age of 12 and people with particular medical conditions or disabilities. Y'all remember what I said about that? Y'all remember what I said about remember my Special Olympics um comparison?
I hate
Yeah,
you.
y'all remember that. Lump us right in. Bunch of bunch of handicapped folks. The directive notes that it's self-executing and that no one should intimidate or harass those who don't comply. Okay, man. Okay.
Say what? You broke up, Corey.
The county said on its website, according to KOIN. Racism and racist reactions to Black, Indigenous, and people of color wearing reality. And yet we know face coverings can help people stay healthy and save lives. Multnomah County does not tolerate discrimination or violence toward individuals because of their race, ethnicity, or identity. That's interesting. That's interesting, huh?
It's America. Yeah, it's America.
Y'all go ahead. Tell me what y'all think about this. Tell me what y'all think about this. Yeah. Black people people of color are exempt. White people, it's a whites only thing. Randy, you there?
Nah, I think he had to take a phone call.
Okay.
Woo, man. I guess I just don't understand it. This one completely has me befuddled, man. This shit has me befuddled because I'm sitting here and number one, I'm trying to figure out because you had two organizations that really push for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
The ALCU and whatever other organization. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have anything else to do. Like, y'all don't have anything else to do but go argue about something. Everybody wearing masks. Everybody's wearing masks. So if there is a real threat of police looking at people of color as a criminal when everybody, hell, half the masks are surgical. Half the masks that people are wearing are surgical. So
step on the dog's foot, man. What you doing over there, man?
Man, you know my dog like playing with toys, man. You know how it is. Nah, man, I just don't understand it, man. I don't get it. I don't get it in any capacity, man. I'm sitting here and I'm trying to figure out, okay, if people wearing masks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wearing masks. Everybody wearing masks. You looking at black people as criminals because they got on a damn surgical mask? Like, for real? Like, I have no inherent fear when I go out my house. And I don't even wear a mask. I'll be honest with you. Like, I haven't even really worn one except for, like, at work where I'm kind of partially required to wear one.
Yeah.
But I don't get it. Like, I'm not connecting with this one in any capacity, man. I feel like, you know, we over here trying to fight systemic racism, and you talking about a mask. You talking about you feel threatened because you don't want the cop to look at you like a criminal when everybody's wearing them. Like this, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like in any capacity, I was trying to, as I was reading the article, I read it, I had to read it again, and I said, I just don't understand. I understand the connection, but I just think it's a bogus connection. Like I understand the connection, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there's a lot of things, you know, put out in the atmosphere that they do, you know what I'm saying? It's not just black people, but primarily black people, you know, long white t-shirts, they some thugs, you know what I'm saying? Sagging their pants, they some thugs, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hell.
You gotta let them do that though. They're not
What?
saying that, you know,
you gotta let them
you gotta let them do that.
Do what?
This is
you gotta let them do what?
Do what they do. You know what I'm saying? That don't let that be the reason. Don't let that be the reasoning though. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I know what you're saying, but like, yes, Yeah, keep going, keep going.
I just really want like this goes to the other side of stupidity for me. You know what I'm saying? Like you if you want to say left or right, I don't give a fuck. Left, right, up, down, front, back, whatever the fuck you want to say. You know what I'm
Beyond
saying?
stupid.
This goes to the other side of stupidity. You know, like here we are and we are actively trying to fight against systemic racism. And then you choose to pick something that falls right into the narrative. Like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like you all you doing is fueling the fire. You know what I'm saying? That's essentially what they doing with this. Is fueling
Let
the
me
fire.
ask you this. So you said the ACLU actually asked for this?
Well, I think if you read the article, the ACLU was one of them, and then there was another group. I don't remember who the other group was, but it was a it was an anti-discrimination group. You know what I'm saying?
It's ridiculous, man.
And so I'm sitting here like, you know, what's your angle? Like, I can't connect with this one, man. Like, I feel like these are the stupid ass things that we do to feed right into the narrative of everything they're trying to say about us. Like, we're basically saying, you know what I'm saying, that we recognize this as a way that you look at us as a people. Like, I mean, that's the problem. That's the problem right there. You know, we're asking not to be judged by the color of our skin and all this type of shit, but then you go and you feed right into the narrative, and I'm just like, I don't know.
And that's one way to look at it. Even look at it like it's silly because it's like, first of all, you can look at it from that side, is discriminatory because now you're going to discriminate against white folks now to pass a law. That's one side of it. It's not one way to look at it. That's one side of it. You're going to discriminate against them because what if they don't want to wear their shit? But no, you're white. You're white. And you have to wear it. By law, they're making this. They made this a law, just like they made Jim Crow a fucking law. They made a law and literally put it in law saying people of color are exempt. Another way to look at this is, maybe they put that in because they personally, well, you said the ACLU is asking for this. Maybe it's something that they agree with because they want to make sure that they do see all quote unquote people of color's faces. They don't want them covered up. We want to make sure we'll go along right with y'all on that. Let us see y'all face. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you can't walk around with no mask. You know what I'm saying? Come pulling kick doors. You know what I'm saying on us at 3 a.m. in the morning. Nah, we want to see everything. Randy, you got something? Did you have? So I went on. Did you have any rebuttal to that?
I can't connect with this.
It's so fucking ridiculous, man.
It is, man. I can't connect with this one. Like, you know, it's just like I said. Well, here's the other side that I thought about it from. Right. So the other side that I thought about it from was, what if there was a black person who, like, man, I'm trying to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? So they choose to wear a mask because they feel like that is the proper protocol to, you know, keep themselves safe. So now they can't wear it. Now if this is real and they feel like this is real, isn't it now a public health risk?
Yep. And isn't that infringing on your rights?
Well, you said the black people can't wear it?
No. What I'm saying is, what if they want to wear a mask to protect themselves?
Yeah.
Now we tell them they. Now we tell them
they still got that option. No, they got the option. They just have. Okay. They're able to make that option. They're able to make that choice on whether they want to or not. But if you white, you gotta wear it. You gotta wear it regardless.
Well, Karens and Carls, I feel bad for y'all.
Karen and Carl. Carl a white name.
Yeah.
Nah,
Oh,
man.
that's what
You
they say
hating
on the
on,
internet.
you hating on
Jesse,
Carl Winslow. What
maybe
about Carl
Jesse, something
Winslow?
like Jesse or Jesse Johnson.
Bob.
We just playing white folks. Yeah,
Yeah, we love y'all.
Jimmy.
Yeah, man. Honestly, Big
Karen and
Brother.
Jimmy.
You said who?
Karen and Jimmy.
Karen and
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
No, I know a lot of nigga Jimmys.
Oh yeah, bro. But all I gotta say is, man, is Big Brother. You know what I'm saying? Big Brother watching, bro. And he want to keep his eye on all of us. So
Do you think this is this is gonna feed into the whole race war that's going on? Not race war, there's not a race war, but it's trying to feed into that.
So I think that, you could, as a white person, you could easily argue that, here they come, one special treatment again.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what
yeah,
people that think that way would say. Here they come, they want special treatment for this, they want special treatment for that. They they get a fucking choice. They get a fucking choice, man. Fucking A. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
nah, yeah, that's what those type of people will say. I'm being silly, but that's what those type of people would say is here they go trying to be special again. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Especially since the groups that went after this legislation were black groups that support black people or supposed to support black people.
And it feels that shit feels dehumanizing.
Yep.
Like not asking for special privileges or anything like that. It just, you know what I'm saying, equality for all, no matter race, you know what I'm saying, race, religion, you know what I'm saying, sexuality, whatever it may be, gender, you know what I'm saying, equality as far as rights, because can't nobody's equal. You know what I'm saying? I heard somebody say perfect thing. They said, I'm not even equal. We're not even equal to ourselves on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? We wake up every day different. You know what I'm saying? So nobody can be equal, but we're talking about equal rights across the board. And this is, like I said, this is dehumanizing. I said before, this is like, you know what I'm saying, they treat black folks like we're the Special Olympics. And they got to handle us with kid gloves, and they handling this like, you know what I'm saying, like the whole feminist movement. One thing you can say about the feminist movement is they haven't been, and I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, they were rooted out of trying to get those equal rights and different things like that. They were rooted in just trying to get equal rights and, they had the right to vote, the right to, work. They women, black people had the right to vote before women did, before white people's own aunties, mothers, daughters, etc., sisters. So, they have fight on their hands, but with the movement that you send, the things operated today is, I think we can all agree that it seems at times. Can y'all hear me?
yeah.
Connection unstable. Connection unstable. We can all agree that it feels at times like they're trying to get special treatment. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get special treatment and trying to get leverage above, the men in society and different things like that. Not everybody, but like you said, not everybody operates like that. But the mainstream, how it's been presented in mainstream, being above criticism and just all type of different things. But the same things, that we criticized and same things that we disliked about the whole feminist movement is that's exactly what's happening with the black movement right now, as far as the way it's being presented in media. Now, like I said, you got the real cats, you know what I'm saying, out here doing the work, putting in the work, and they, like I said, they just want equal rights. They want equal rights. They want to be treated equally. But all this stuff, this is insane. and for nobody to even, black people should be protesting this as well. Black people should have a problem with this shit as well. You know what I'm saying? Because all this does, and I'm not saying that either side is right. A motherfucker would be stupid to jump into a race war with a black person because of this. You know what I'm saying? And go, and a lot of shit that you've seen has been egging on that type of behavior. You know what I'm saying? To push a race war to get, you know what I'm saying, the white person heated up. It's like, man, look at them. And they just feel like they're above everything because that's the way the media has been presenting black people lately. Like, we're just above everything. We're above criticism. All of a sudden, we can say anything, act any type of way, act unruly. And it's all right because we're oppressed. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. And that's getting, and people are sitting back all around the country like, look at this shit right here. Now, you'd be a goddamn fool to sit up there and go take that anger out on another black man, just as a black man would be a goddamn fool to go take out systematic racism or whatever it is on another white man. It's not your enemy. It's the motherfuckers who put the shit in law. Your government, your state, your state leaders. They're the ones that have the problem. In this case, your county leaders, your city officials, for them to even make something like this. You don't go take it out and then you be stupid to even feed into this ignorant propaganda. But this is the type of country we're dealing with nutcases right now. Just nutcases. I mean, all around. I mean, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, nutcases. I'm mainly say black and white. I ain't seen enough. It seems more like Hispanics and Asians, man, they just doing their thing. Like, I know there's nutcases. I know they got some nutcases, but I'm telling you from my optics and what I'm seeing for the forefront, it's always here in America for the most part, it's been black versus white and nipping at each other and, you know what I'm saying, the obsession with each other back to back. And it's just been full of absolute nutcases, man. Even the people that think they going in the right direction, I can't blame them. Like I said, it's all a journey. You look at a couple years ago, a lot of my ideologies and different things like that were similar to theirs. But I kept reading, I kept learning and soaking in, and I don't just soak in game from people who I feel comfortable listening to or I like what they said. Like, I'm gonna listen to all sides. I'm gonna listen to the enemy speak and everything so I can get a different perspective and be able to work it, work that within my own brain. And that's how you gain more knowledge. It's just crazy. So when y'all got anything to that, man, this is pushing into a fucking, they trying to push us into a race war because you keep division, man. You keep the division going. They're able to swoop in. I mean, it's an age-old cliche, man. You know what I'm saying? Together we stand, divided
we fall.
And the more you isolate yourself among groups, is the easier. It's why you're gonna need more of the more victims that you'll have because there's less reliance on being able to rely on each other for us to build up. And so we're gonna have our hand out for the government, and I'm talking that's on both sides, on any side, whoever the hell it is. You know what I'm saying? Black, white, brown. You know what I'm saying? Yellow, whatever the hell it is. Red, black, yellow, black, and white. We are precious. All that shit. It's gonna be dependent. You're gonna be dependent on the government, man, and they're really trying to push this whole socialist, communist agenda. I mean, they told you what it is. Socialism has never, ever fucking worked, and it's literally just, I don't even think it's a half a step above half a step before communism. And you just had the Black Lives leader, Patrice Cullors, right on camera talking about she's a Marxist, a racist man. Karl Marx, a trained, not just a Marxist, a trained. Them in the group are trained Marxists. You guys need to know your enemies.
You,
These
you know,
motherfuckers, huh?
I watched that video again because I needed to listen to it to try to hope that she said something different.
Yeah.
Like I was hoping that I heard it wrong and she meant like marksman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I needed to hear something different, man. And somebody had I got a friend of mine, and we've had a lot of discussions about Black Lives Matter, the organization, not the movement. Uh I guess if you can say that they're separate. But just kind of the whole thing. And I was like, I'm not saying that in totality, uh, it's a bad group. But when you start putting theories and ideologies together, you know, uh, you got to be real careful what you pulling from. You
Well,
know, we,
but when you say
we,
when you say in totality, do you skip because you always got to start with the leadership. It'd be one thing like when you're talking about with Farrakhan or something,
Mhm.
you're talking about with Farrakhan, and Farrakhan has a message, and somebody takes that message and
And-
distorts it for their own way and goes in a completely different direction.
Mhm.
Versus with this, the leaders are the ones who are fucked up in the head, whereas the people who are following have their hearts in the right place.
Yeah, that's where it gets extremely tricky, because you hate you hate to condemn something that you know optically looks like it's supposed to be in support of black people. You know what I'm saying? Like you hate to condemn it, but I'm like, when that's your ideology, and again, this goes back to, just you have to do your homework, do your research, and you I'm learning more and more that like you just can't jump in and say yes, Black Lives Matter. Yes, I'm in. You know, I've had a lot of people reach out, hey man, we want you to be a part of this. And the very first question that I ask is, what are your ideologies? What are your theories about humanity? Talk to me about that, because I'm not gonna put myself out there in support if I really can't support it. A lot of things go against, my belief system and my standards. And so I'm like, people really need to recognize that and understand that, because you have like Black Lives Matter groups all over the country. I'm sure you have some in different parts of the world. And
Well, let me ask you this: maybe they do understand it. Maybe they do understand it because I'm not gonna say not everybody hasn't done the
sure,
research. Maybe they are, but you know how Marxism works, and
I do.
Marxism on the surface, especially when you're talking about an oppressed and you know what I'm saying, downtrodden people who are working with you know what I'm saying the least funds. You know what I'm saying. We got we put what they say about we spend about 9 trillion a year or something like that. They put the numbers, but they don't talk about how much, you know what I'm saying, how much spending, other quote unquote races or groups spend. So we don't have a lot of money to work with different things. Oh, well, we got the money to work with, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
So something like Marxism that sounds outstanding. We all get a check, you know what I'm saying? We all get the, universal. I don't even think it's, basically like a universal income, and we all reap the benefits. Somebody go out there and work, and we all get paid from it. You know what I'm saying? And don't gotta
But,
do
but that goes
nothing.
against the law of hard work, though.
Yeah.
Like that totally goes against the law of hard work, which is, if I'm busting my ass and you just chilling, but you get the same check I get, nah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. I'm good. Like
We live in
Right.
America. We live in America.
that's not acceptable, So yeah,
And y'all not even gonna be getting all your money back. It's still gonna keep the people in power in power. Like,
yeah.
capitalism has been exploited. It's been exploited, but you got to use the same system for your own advantage. It means
Yeah.
you don't have time to really cut any corners, still have fun, but there's gotta be a time for play. Y'all, you gotta put everything forward, you know what I'm saying, to get back in the game. That's what they were doing, and it can't say it can't be done because that's what the way we're doing, you know what I'm saying, with Black Wall Street and different things like that. That's exactly what everybody did, put their best foot forward. But
They
at the
just
same
changed the
time,
funnel.
yeah, but they didn't have all of these fucking distractions, man. All of these damn distractions now. You know, you had, the games, like, casinos and, strip clubs, all that pleasure. That shit is not new. But everything is convenience. Just like that show we did and say how convenience leads to doom. We got everything now. We got these great computers that we own now, you know what I'm saying? Computers, the Wi-Fi, the video games. Like, y'all hear me say this over and over again. The shit is so easy, and there's just so many just different distractions. There's so many different distractions or whatnot. And man, you know what I'm saying?
Discipline is hard, man.
Yeah.
Discipline is hard. It's I see, with everything going on, I'm trying to keep my finger on the pulse of everything, and it's so easy to get distracted that I finally said, you know what? I'm gonna have to start disciplining myself to turn Facebook off. You know what I'm saying? And just open a book and read it. Just quiet my mind down, quiet my spirit down, and really just begin to think and process. And I've been just doing a lot of thinking about like all these different groups and organizations forming, and everybody's doing this and doing that, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy, and I'm like, I look at shit like the NAACP, and I'm like, the mistake that they made was not building it to evolve, like beyond how it started. Like the NAACP hasn't evolved beyond where it started. I have I'm not name dropping, but I know somebody that's part of the Kansas City chapter who said it's dead. It's dead. Like, they're not trying to actively do anything. You haven't heard really anybody from the NAACP speak out unless it's a court case. Like, that's the only time you hear somebody speaking out from the NAACP, if it is a court case that's getting national attention.
You heard what Ben Crump did with that family.
Yep.
It's alleged that happened. They said, I forgot where that was, but family said that they had hired Ben Crump, looked like a civil rights issue or whatnot, and then when Ben Crump found out that the suspect was black, he backed up. He backed up out the case, man.
Yeah. Now this is, we talk about this a lot, the respect.
Let's see Randy over there.
We talk about this a lot. We talk about the respect for human rights, the respect for humanity, and that talks about so many different things. But I like in this particular case, man, it's so off base, like this is not the level of protection, or this is not a layer of protection that we should be looking for. Like, this is not the layer of protection we should be looking for, like I said, one of the only places that I've put on a mask is at work. And that's only when I'm out of my cubicle. Now, I've put it on in other places, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been to funerals. Put on your mask, go pay your respects, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to keep it on, don't stay. You pay your respects so you could leave, and it's honestly, it's inconvenient. I'm not even gonna front, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's inconvenient for me, but even in that, it's like understanding what I have come to understand. I'm just like, I mean, people don't show symptoms and they still get it. So what is the mask really providing protection? Like, can you prove that all those people that got it weren't wearing masks? Like, can you prove that? It's so many different things that you literally just have to say, hey, if you want to wear a mask, wear it. If you don't. If you have a problem being next to somebody that's not wearing a mask, like let's say you're in a restaurant or something like that, like we'll be happy to try to move you if we can. You know, if you're uncomfortable, whatever the case may be. Sometimes you just gotta stay in the house. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, man, it's getting a little wild, and I think that we need to just kind of calm down. It's a lot of shit going on. You know, Trump talking about putting people in jail for burning flags and
Ridiculous, man.
statues, and
Ridiculous.
it's just a lot of nonsense going on. And so, it's just that it's just the system that we live in, and understanding that chaos keeps people off base. Like that is just a fact that when you are surrounded by chaos, you're not functioning. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just living in the chaos. And so, that's what they want. That's what media is doing, is creating chaos, because it keeps your attention away from the real shit, you know.
Y'all see the letter? I was just showing the proof because I
Yeah.
went on the Lincoln County, Oregon, and it was kind of they didn't have it on the actual link. They didn't have it in the lingo, but if you actually click on the PDF that can be downloaded, which is this right here, and this is from today, June 24th, 2020, and there you go. So yeah, persons with health, medical conditions, children under the age of 12, persons with disabilities. Man, that kills me, man. I told y'all, man. I told y'all they be putting us, they treat us like the Special Olympics. And there's no disrespect to the Special Olympics, but y'all know what the hell I'm saying, man. They treat us like we handicapped, man, like we can't fight. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just letting you know. We included the last protection for those within our communities of color who are historically often personally found themselves victims of harassment and violence, yada, 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 George Floyd, yada, yada, yada. And signed Katie Jacobson, I don't know what the hell it said, but you see it all. Yep. The Lincoln County Management Team. So, yep. So just had to post the receipts for everybody just in case they having trouble finding it or they say, well, I don't see that anywhere, Just had to make sure I always come with the receipts, man. Well, yeah.
So the ignorance
Yep.
is
So y'all hear me? Oh, my computer's slowing down.
Oh.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Oh, okay. Man.
Yeah,
You got something ready, Will?
my bad. The ignorance in me is saying, oh, what if it's a conspiracy? You know what I'm saying? Since everybody got on wasn't it Belinda Gates? Bill Gates' wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For the shots or whatever, and shit. It was like, yo, who's you gonna get them a little money? You know what I'm saying? Let them pass this bill. Let all the black people have that mask off, and we save all the white folk. You know what I'm saying? By putting your mask on, because it's gonna be safe for y'all.
That's not an ignorant question. You got to ask all the questions. You got to ask the questions. Melinda Gates said, and like I said, I haven't said it on here yet, but man, I've been saying like that could be interpreted in different ways. I mean, because she could just look at, the numbers and say, well, black people have been, from what they were reporting in the news, black people have been at most risk and they've had higher numbers, but that's one way. But like I said, it's still alarming that she would say that black people are the next step after social healthcare workers. But then you had the doctor. I think this was a black doctor coming out talking about that the vaccinations are not going to work without black people taking the vaccinations. They said they're the main ones that are gonna need it. And literally said that it's not gonna work. Not gonna work at all. Yeah, I looked that up too. Shit, man. This shit is alarming. This shit is alarming. It's like your worst fear is recognized. Man, don't take that vaccination, y'all. Don't take that vaccination. I mean, it should be, certainly not fucking with no mandatory vaccination. They do that, man, we might as well start going to war, man. Start locking and loading. But if anything, make it give people the choice, and if you want to take it, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to have the choice. But I don't advise y'all this. Everything that's happened from the coronavirus to everything is fishy. There's one thing I heard guy High Impact Flicks, man. High Impact Flicks, he's got ideology like us. Check him out on YouTube. He said, man, if we learned anything from history, is that people don't learn from history.
Actually,
So,
Man,
I ain't got nothing else.
I'm I've heard a lot of people say this. Like when you talk to like certain people in the service that I'm saying have been in the service and stuff like that, they like just wait till November when this all goes away. And I'm gonna tell you right now, well, I hope that I'm wrong, but I think I'm right, that people would just go ape shit crazy. Like for real, people will go ape shit crazy if this shit goes away after the election.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting and waiting. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, I'm just observing, man.
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
Yeah.
I don't have enough. I don't have enough inside information to say one way or another it's real, it's not. Like I don't have any inside information. I do know when we talk about vaccinations that you're not going to be able to make a vaccination quickly. Like it just doesn't happen. Viable vaccinations don't happen quickly. So if there's a vaccination that comes out in the next 6 months, yeah, stay away. If you hear something, I tell you what's really, really interesting. And I don't know if a lot of people are really even paying attention to this, but how in the hell do all of a sudden we got tests galore? Weren't we just talking a month ago? I swear it was just 4 weeks ago that all the health officials were like, man, we struggling to get tests. Now the baseball player is gonna get tested every other day. I'm like, where the tests come from?
They said NBA players are getting tested every single day. We got tested. We got all type of tests now.
You gotta be a certain tax bracket.
Is that what it is?
I guess so.
No, you know what? Because out here where I stay, they had a whole bunch of tests if you wanted to get tested for COVID. Out here where I'm at, they was like, yeah, they was at the high school talking about come get your COVID test if you want to get
free?
Huh?
For the free?
I didn't go. I don't know. My thing is, if I get it, I'm in a group that I should be able to fight it off. Like even if I get it, I'm in a group that should be able to fight it off. So, I'll just fight it off. I guess I'll take my chances. I'll take my chances.
So that brings up something that just. All right, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But so you remember when back in the day when Cricket first came here or like came to existence, whatever, Cricket, the cell phone company.
Yeah.
You remember when they would go to the hoods and everything and would give out free cell phones?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna give you all these free tests, even though these cell phones got like chips in them, and we're listening to y'all. You know what I'm saying? The little COVID, you know what I'm saying? They give me out of COVID. Hey, I'm just saying, ignorant conspiracy theory, but you know what I'm saying? They giving people the COVID. It's like, hey, if you get sick, you get sick, you know what I'm saying? And that's gonna help our pockets out. Because if you die, you die. You know what I'm saying? So hey, little ignorant conspiracy theory. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Solid game, man.
The feds is
all the game, man. Keep people in fear and get them to comply. And the necessity, like I said, to flatten the curve. Like I said, it's always necessity will always be the plea. Necessity.
Well, Donald Trump and everybody in the White House said for the fourth quarter of this year, it's supposed to pick up good for financially. So everybody's supposed to be good in the fourth quarter of this year, and the beginning of the first quarter to the fourth quarter of next year. So
That's because they're working on another goddamn stimulus.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why
So we
everybody gonna they
paying all
working
this
on
money.
another stimulus. I'm not joking. They're working on another
No,
stimulus.
they've already passed they've already passed it through. Oh well, it's passed the one that they already dropped the 2000. Well, not dropped, but they already passed it through. I
It
guess it's
passed through
been
the House.
approved.
Is it in Congress?
I'm not sure. I didn't see those details, but I know it's been passed somewhere. It's been
Well, it
approved.
has to. So the order is it has to go from it has to pass the House first, then it has to go to Congress. Congress has to pass it. Once Congress passes it, it passes all the way through.
Yeah.
well,
I mean, it's tough for people, man. Y'all were in a race. Y'all are in a race against the clock when it comes to all this money being dumped in and things like this. Every dollar that gets put into the economy, money itself, are there. It's a debt. It's all debt. It's all of it, man. All of this money is dead. It's not backed by anything. So we're gonna owe all of this, and this is how poverty stays in motion. And this is in turn, this is gonna split up the family. This is gonna split up the family because it's gonna keep everybody working harder. Your wages aren't gonna improve. Your wages aren't gonna improve because there's more money being put into the economy. It's just inflation, man. We're gonna have to pay all of this back. You see where we've gone from. I mean, we don't even got to go 20 years back. Just go back 10 to 15 years ago, man. I mean, shit is just expensive. Cost of living, man, it's gotten ridiculous, man. It's just gonna keep rising, man. So y'all in a race against time. There's no time to be bullshitting. Get your dollars, get whatever you need to get, and get some assets. Even assets aren't even permanent, but get what you can, because that's just I'll go deep with that. Assets aren't even necessarily permanent. All you really have at the end is your ass. all you really have in the end is your ass. If y'all talking about trying to get y'all want to keep voting these socialists and keep pushing it, like I said, these Marxist groups or whatnot, it's gonna bite y'all in the ass. Now think about that. The dollar is crashing, so they're gonna start going to. It's gonna be all digital numbers. It's all digital currency.
it's already good.
That's gonna put a cap on what people are able to do, because now they're gonna be taking your hard-earned money and distributing the shit to everybody who's sitting on their ass. They're gonna be distributing that shit around, and you ain't gonna have a say-so in none of that. And you're not gonna have, because at least with this, it's all funny money, but at least with the paper fiat money, you can do stuff under the table. You can make your own moves, and everybody, like I said, it's only dependent on the recipient respecting that paper currency for what it is. But you really, you giving away assets, just like Bob Johnson gave away BET for, however many million. He gave away his fucking network for nothing, because money is worth nothing. Those are assets, different things like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep that in mind. But y'all in a race against time. At the very least, at the very, 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 very least, do not let socialism in the door. As good as it sounds, do not let that shit in the door. That is a death sentence right there. That is a death sentence. It needs victims, and it's only put there to benefit the victim. And we are not victims. We are kings and queens. Man, I'm done. I'm done, man. Y'all got anything before we slide out?
Shout out to Diego Ramirez and Miss Ashley Anderson for tuning in. Y'all check her out at she's got her Unwind product line, man. Check her out, man.
Established black.
Yeah, Established Black. Ashley, if you still watching or if you catch this on
Got the
the
link.
rest of it on the replay, be sure to plug up your website on the page, man.
Yes, man. And also, yeah, man, talk about assets, man. If you can, you know what I'm saying? Get gold and silver while it's at its cheapest right now. You know what I'm saying? Because right now it is at its cheapest and it will be going up. Jim Rickards, I don't know if you guys know who Jim Rickards is, but he's a gold bug. And yeah, let's just say he's been saying some things over the last couple months, and you should listen to him. Because he's been in gold and all this other stuff for a long time. So he would know all the backroom talk. You know what I'm saying? So Jim Rickards, look him up, you know what I'm saying? Give him a listen, man. Gold, silver. Honestly, I would tell you to look into crypto, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not a financial advice. But everything is going digital and everything's already been digital. They just been telling you guys that this paper money is still good. But yeah, it's just me.
Don't let socialism in the door. Don't let socialism in the door. It's coming. It's coming.
Well, all that being said, man, this has been another episode of the Word on the App podcast with your host, Corey Gilmore, Lauren Jones, and your ignorant, eclectic, mad genius, Randy Anderson, man. To everybody that's been watching, that's been rocking with us, we salute you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all we got to do is say we salute you, man. We appreciate each and every last one of y'all. And we out, man. To the next one. Peace.